Hello, my little fish. Welcome back to Calypso's Cove, where the magic is our message. It is your mistress of magic, BlkAfroditee, here again with another pick a card. Happy fall equinox. I hope you guys enjoyed this day initiating autumn, fall in as we turn the wheel of the seasons and enter into the season of harvest. I could also say happy Maybon for those of you who also celebrate that. Happy Libra season to all the Libras out there. Shout out to all my Libra brothers and sisters. I have so much love for you. Tonight, I figure what better way to come into this season than talk about how irresistible you are, because it's Libra season, so of course. It's Venus, right? Venus and her integrity. Libra. Anyway, I'm just playing. No offense, Tauruses, no shade. We are going to be discussing what type of people find you irresistible. What type of people can't help but to flock to you? What type of people do you attract? We're also going to see why these people are attracted to you. So first, we're going to figure out what it is that they find attractive about you, and then we're going to hear some details about them, what type of people they are, their energy, etc., etc. So please check out all of our socials. It is in the description box below. Check out all those links. Hit up our shop. And if you feel like donating to the channel, there's an option to do so as well. Without further ado, let's go pick our piles. Hello, my little fish. So tonight for our pile selection, we are going to be selecting goddesses to see what type of energy the people who are attracted to you are drawn to within you. So this is how they see you. That's how you're going to be selecting these piles. So for pile number 1, we have Goddess Qadesh or Qadesh with sensual wisdom. This goddess loves to come out at this channel. She is definitely a matron goddess. No matter how many times I shuffled, she kept coming out for pile number 1. So you guys are definitely the embodiment of Goddess Qadesh. Qadesh, however you like to say it. There's so many different ways to pronunciate this goddess's name, and honestly you should do your research on her because she's a very interesting goddess, but I love what she represents. Okay, so next for pile number 2, we have Goddess Aphrodite with eternal love. Another matron goddess of this channel, of this temple. Again, I tried to shuffle and get maybe some different energy, but she literally flew out for pile number 2. So for those of you who are drawn to her energy, this is probably how people see you. You are Goddess Aphrodite. And then last but certainly not least, we have Mother Mary with emotional healing for pile number 3. A very different vibe than pile number 1 and pile number 2, but also I feel these are very harmonious. You know, the different energies for the piles, I really enjoy them. So for pile number 3, people see you as Mother Mary. If you're drawn to this, that means this is how other people are drawn to you. All right, so take your time, meditate on which goddess is calling you, which goddess you feel most resonated with, and head over to your pile selection. Hello, pile number 1. This is for those of you who were drawn to Goddess Qadesh with sensual wisdom. Now, what I first channeled from this is all the richness of the colors in her card. You have a very rich aura to the people who are attracted to you. Pile number 1. You are rich with experience. You know, you are rich with the experience of having lived life. People would consider you, who are attracted to you, a very worldly woman. And woman is just what I'm going to say right now because that's how I feel. You know, people would consider you well versed in different knowledge. So you're adept with the language. You have a very, very keen and open and broad palate when it comes to food. You are well versed in histories, understanding science, understanding technology, understanding theory, psychology. The list goes on. You're a very knowledgeable person, pile number one, but in a way where it has to be revealed to people who can respect you. How you look on the outside is very deceiving. Pile number one, people would assume maybe that you don't know everything that you know, or maybe that you're just a beautiful face. Something that could be considered a trophy girlfriend or a trophy wife. But inside of you, there's all of this richness, all of this wealth. And people around you really see that, who are attracted to you. People who find you irresistible find the wealth of knowledge that you possess very irresistible. And they love the package that it comes in. They love the way that you carry yourself. Pile number one, how you dress it up and wear the beautiful garments. You're very, very feminine in how you dress and how you kind of walk out into the world with so much strength, a lot of mystique and charisma. There's something about you that's very naturally flirtatious too. Pile number one, but in a way where you really don't speak much. You might be kind of like the silent, mysterious type, somebody whose eyes do a lot of the talking, someone who also might spend a lot of the time not isolated, but just in solitude. You find a lot of strength from your solitude. And people who are attracted to you, who find you irresistible, that's their number one quality as to why they're attracted to you. Pile number one. So now we have a secondary goddess energy and a third goddess energy that's coming in and backing up the first goddess as to why people find you irresistible in the first place. So we have Aditi with expand your consciousness. So again, when this is really backing up that wisdom that I was talking about, absolutely. Because when people get around you, pile number one, they are really getting a deep sense of all that you have to offer. And your inner world is so rich. You could very well be a water moon. Let me know. That is something that they describe for water moon personalities. Very, very rich internal world, very imaginative, very connected as well. So when someone finally gets you alone and they're able to talk to you, pile number one, they are absorbing so much information from you. You also have the type of aura that kind of forces people to awaken, that forces people to come into actualization. And also, you demand a lot of respect. People see you as an authority figure, but yet as delicate, as someone that they need to revere, listen to. Something that is very, very beautiful but timeless. So they feel like you will always remain as beautiful as you are, and there will always be more to learn from you. This is people who are around you feel very committed to you. Pile number one. For people who find you irresistible, they're very committed people, committed to expansion, committed to healing, committed to learning, committed to growing. And that's really beautiful that you vibrate that, and they want to expand being around you. They want to be worthy of you. And then lastly, we have Bridget, with you're a healer. So that sexual, sensual energy that Qadesh represents, Goddess Qadesh, that is really channeled into Bridget, right? The ability that you have to not only be very conscious, but also very tangible, very in the moment and in the now. You know how to build and expand upon ideas. You don't just expand your consciousness, but you also take it into an everyday practical form on how to make your work easier, on how to make yourself healthier, on how to make your days lighter. And when you share your stories, when you share your work with people, it literally makes them feel like they are healing. Pile number one. You also heal others just from you giving them attention, from you loving them, from you talking to them. Like I said, there's something about you sharing the stories and people really being able to get time alone with you. People that are attracted to you and find you irresistible, pile number one, are amazing listeners. They really understand that they are not just listening to somebody speak, they're actually listening to spirit. They're listening to God when they listen to you. And that's how serious they take you, pile number one. They really honor everything that you represent. I just want to acknowledge too that all three of these goddesses, Kadesh is from Canaanite or Egypt, Canaanite tribe or Egypt. Then you have Aditi, who is from India, and you have Bridget, who is from um, Ireland, I believe. She's a Celtic goddess. So this is very worldly, like I said. You just have like a really connected personality, soul. So you're very connected to a lot of different cultures. So people who are find you irresistible really enjoy being connected to different cultures and different aspects as well. They really enjoy learning and kind of being a citizen of the world, being a global citizen. That's something that really they find attractive in you because that's who they are as well. And they see that reflected in you by the way that you carry yourself, potentially by what your ancestors are, and kind of the journey that your soul has been on too. This could be some past life knowledge that you have that they're very attracted to. So now we're going to get into some qualities of what the people who are attracted to you, who find you irresistible, are like. So I'm going to start with the Believe in Your Own Magic deck. This says sun. Paint the sun back into your sky. Okay, so you attract people who are looking for joy. You attract people who have maybe been through some rough situations in life with all this darkness here, but they still choose to grow regardless. So that really enunciates the expand your consciousness, because they really want to expand themselves, pile number one. And that's the type of people that they are. Even in the darkest of night, they'll still try to find their own way and forge their own path. They don't stay stuck. So you have very progressive people who are attracted to you, people who are ambitious, people who know how to take a bad situation and turn it into something positive. So you also attract alchemists. You potentially attract magicians. They find you very irresistible. Pile number one. They also just are craving your sunshine. They are attracted to the sweetness and just the better, the the more that life has to offer. They're attracted to the more, right? And they see that in you. Life 11 too. There's an 11 here. So this is definitely people who want to awaken. You attract people who seek knowledge. Okay, so we have the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. So you attract people who are very hardworking, but are ready to let go of the strife and the strain. They're very, very ambitious, like I already said. So this is clear with the Pentacles here. They've been working hard all of their life, grinding all of their life, building towards a better tomorrow, and now they're really ready to relax and enjoy the fruits and labor of life. They don't want to work so hard anymore, which reminds me of goddess Qadesh, because she represents love. She's a love goddess. So I believe that the people who are attracted to you, pile number one, just want the opportunity to chill. They just want the opportunity to not have to work so hard for love, for their family, for the things that they enjoy, and want flow and ease when they manifest. That's the type of people who you attract, who it's almost like they're in spiritual retirement mode and they're just ready to have a good time, because in reality they work so hard as a spirit, as a soul, with their evolution. So that's really sexy that you attract people like that. They find you irresistible, people who really work hard on a soul level, because that's really what's important. Okay, so next we have the Queen of Wands. So as friends, right, you attract women who are very confident. You attract friends who are very confident, who are very aware, who know how to stand out in a crowd, who are open and honest about their passions. They're unapologetic when it comes to who they are and how they express themselves creatively, religiously, emotionally, mentally, spiritually. They also take the time to start something new. So these are a lot of go-getters, a lot of self-starters. The boss babes are around you, okay? Also, the it girls, the ones who draw attention easily, the ones who stand out in a crowd. That's who you attract as friends, okay? They find you irresistible. They want to be around you because you naturally reflect their aura, and you don't even have to try as hard. Pile number one, I feel like there's something about you that's really sultry and chill, and you attract people who are your divine opposite, who are more fun, maybe a little bit more extroverted and outgoing, and even you yourself could be, talkative, social, and it's just a nice balance, a nice reflection. Okay. Oh, so we have the Ten of Wands again. So again, you attract people who have their eyes set on the prize. You attract people who really do not stop until they achieve their goals, who will even see the finish line and still keep moving forward. They're just going to push until they can't push anymore. And even though a lot of people don't really want to work like that around you, they love the idea of self-improvement. So you attract people who really love to self-improve and get better, stronger, wiser. You attract people like that. They find you irresistible. And then we have the Page of Swords. So for lovers, you could attract a lot of air signs. The person who would work very hard and just want to relax with you could potentially be an air sign. You attract people who are very mentally clear, who really know how to set new goals, who are very emotionally and mentally forgiving, know how to let things go. They're very lighthearted, very compassionate and open, and also, like I said, love to have great stimulating conversation, great debates, just, spending a lot of time enjoying conversation. And like I said, learning knowledge is key. So they love to expand their mind. Okay, so the element of the people that you attract is fire, okay? So the people you attract are intense, they're hot, they're very bright and bold and energetic. Like I said before, when it comes to like the friends you attract. So you attract a lot of fire energy, okay, on top of that air. So to me, that makes sense with what's going on. Air and fire complement each other. So you attract people who are like that, pile number one. And then for the chakra, for the people, the auric field is the third eye. Okay, so you attract a lot of wise people who have a lot of intuition, who have a lot of clarity, and who carry around a lot of vision. And this is very apropos to them being very attracted to your inner wisdom, because you attract a lot of people who have a lot of sight to see that. They have the eyes to see that you have wisdom. They have the eyes to know what it is. Okay, so this will conclude what type of people find you irresistible. Let me know if it resonated down in the comment section. ancestors, spirits, and spirit guides of those drawn to pile number 1. I want to say thank you to sharing your energy with me. Namaste. And until we meet again, beloveds, be blessed. Hello, pile number 2. This is for those of you who were drawn to Goddess Aphrodite, as why people or what type of people find you irresistible, and what about you they find irresistible. So, starting with Aphrodite, the first thing that I channeled for you is people are absolutely mesmerized by the way that you stay so youthful. There's a buoyance about you, a lightness, an inner girlishness that is very attractive, very youthful, and ever blooming. People are very attracted to the way you kind of cultivate your youth and your spirit. You laugh a lot. You're very playful. Something about you is very delicate as well. The way that you dress, especially with the colors, are very, very soft. And something about that is really attractive. People find that you are very approachable, but at the same time, you make people very nervous. People are very, very attracted to the way that you also take care of yourself. Pile number 2. People who find you irresistible are the type of people who love and enjoy freedom. They love that you are free with how you love. You're free with your body in terms of like you have a lot of body positivity. You're very confident as well, because Aphrodite is a very confident goddess. So they really enjoy that about you, pile number 2. They think that's something that you have that other people just don't. You have a lot of je ne sais quoi, a lot of charisma, a very kind of spunky, maybe a little sassy personality too. Something where you treat your body like a temple. You embrace your curves, you embrace your flaws, and you really turn it into a strength. You make yourself very beautiful every single day by the way that you approach life, as well as the way that you handle your own emotions and handle yourself. So people who are attracted to you, people who find you irresistible, are people who are looking for a little bit more discipline, people who are also really, really attracted to confidence. They want to be around confident people. They consider themselves a confident person. They also are attracted to what you hold on the inside. She's holding this pomegranate right here, which is a symbol of wisdom and experience and knowing. So there's something about you too that also possesses that inner knowing that the pomegranate speaks of, and understanding your own reflections. So the person that is, or the type of people that find you irresistible, are very good at networking. They're very good at understanding other people and seeing through situations. Okay. So next we have Goddess Nematona with safe space. So people that are attracted to you, pile number 2, are a little isolated. They don't open up to people easily. People who are attracted to you love that you kind of carry your own inner wellness. You protect yourself. You don't go with the crowd. You don't follow the status quo. So people who are attracted to you are leaders. They're go-getters. They don't mind taking control of the situation. They don't mind being a lone wolf. They also like that you kind of have your own inner silence, that you really don't need comfort from other people or other people's validation to feel good in yourself. People who are attracted to you are also looking for a place to be vulnerable. So these people are very authentic, people who are attracted to you. They are always being honest about who they are. And like I said, they don't open up to people very easily. So they really like to be around people who they can trust. So people who are really attracted to you and find you irresistible because you're very trustworthy. So you attract very honest people, people who really only like to be authentic and only like to be around authenticity, and people who honestly know how to protect things and keep things going for a really long time, because this is Earth. So they are very conservacious. They take their time with things and they treat things with care. I feel like Baba Yaga here for your other energy for why people are attracted to you. With the wolf, I feel like that just kind of spoke on it, and it says Baba Yaga, patience. So people that you attract are very patient. And this is very interesting that you have these cards here, because it's like underneath the beauty of you is a person who kind of creates this beautiful, safe space for other people and is very patient and kind of has this deep wisdom. I feel like Baba Yaga is the example of that wisdom that I was talking about with the pomegranate. And people are really attracted to you. So you have an old soul, and the people who find you irresistible also are very old souls. Might have spent a lot of the time when they were younger around grandparents or, just elders that they could be around. They like that you were a very patient person. So you find people coming to you who are very, very patient, who easily know how to listen, who know how to receive information and kind of like move in slow, steady pace, but get the optimal results, the best results. A lot of earth energy here. So you also attract people who are very grounded. So they really are finding you irresistible because of that grounded energy that you just kind of naturally radiate. Pile number two. So now we're going to get into some traits of the people who are attracted to you, who find you irresistible. So here we have feather. Think first before you judge. So people that you attract are very perceptive. They're also quite social, but only with people they know well. Like this looks like a really intimate space. If you see what they're doing, this is giving American Coven vibes, American Horror Story Coven. But genuinely, you could only do that with people you trust, that you know well, and they really, really are open with the people that they care about. They do not judge them. You attract people where you could really be honest with them and tell them your truth, and they feel that way about you as well. So very, very open-minded, open-hearted people find you irresistible. Okay, so we have the Ace of Cups. So you could have people who are very wealthy find you irresistible. You also have people who have very pure spirits, like pure intentions just to help, just to be there, moving from the heart, find you irresistible. People who are very compassionate find you irresistible, who are very loving and open to new experiences. They're very caring friends and very caring family members that find you irresistible. Next, we have death. Okay, so you have people who are not conventional, who are very attracted to you. You have people who are outside of the status quo, people who also like to take the time to be very introspective, think a lot about who they are and where they've been, and they don't have a problem kind of like killing their ego. Very, very strong personalities find you irresistible. Very intense personalities, very passionate, kind of like the deep, dark, and brooding type find you irresistible. Pile number two. So next we have judgment and reverse. So there is a lot about judgment here. So the type of people who are attracted to you are really just looking for a space where they don't have to worry about judgment. So these are like some really different people. You could attract artists. You could attract people with a lot of Pluto in their chart, potentially even Sagittariuses you attract. You could also attract people who just really, really have an expansive consciousness and don't want to be judged for how they think, and they find you really irresistible because you're a safe space to be themselves. And last but not least, we have the sun. So you attract people who are still very much so tapped into their inner child. You attract people who spend a lot of time in nature, who are very creative and like to have a lot of fun, especially when they feel comfortable. So the element that represents the type of people you attract is space or ether. Okay, so they are very liberated people. They enjoy expansion and expanding. They are very aware. They love to purify situations, and they are very, very conscious beings. So you attract people like this. They find you irresistible. And the type of the chakra, the energy center that most people who are attracted to you vibrate is the crown chakra. So they are very infinite beings who enjoy freedom, unity, lightness, and joy. Okay, so that's really beautiful. Pile number 2. So this will conclude what type of people find you irresistible and why they find you irresistible. Let me know if this resonated for you by giving this video a big thumbs up or leaving me a comment in the comment section. I really miss reading your comments, so please come back and write and tell me what you think. Ancestors, spirits, and spirit guides of those drawn to pile number 2, I want to say thank you for sharing your energy with me at this time. Namaste. Be blessed. Hello, pile number 3. This is for those of you who were drawn to Mother Mary, for what type of people find you irresistible and why they find you irresistible. So for starters, people who find you irresistible are very, very emotionally empathetic. These are very emotional people. They might have gone through some things. There's a part of me that feels like you could also be in like the empath narcissist dynamic sometimes when it comes to the type of people who are attracted to you. But at the same time, sometimes you attract people who are very emotionally giving to the point where you might feel overwhelmed by receiving so much. Pile number 3, I feel a little bit of resistance to people seeing you as a source of emotional healing and also in need of emotional healing. So you kind of attract people who are in that in between as well. Like they seek to heal and they seek to be healed. There's something about that kind of creates this interesting flux of energy. And there's a part of you that I feel has some resistance to the flux, but you can't help but attract what you attract, especially since these people find you so irresistible. You also attract people with very strong solar plexus energy from this flower that's there at her throat chakra. The throat chakra is the energy valve. It's where we hold all of our energy, and if the throat chakra is off, so is the rest of our chakra system. And with an orange flower being there, that makes me think that a big part of energy regulation for people who are attracted to you is having their but sacral chakra be activated. These people seem very intense when it comes to love making, romantic relationships, and things that go into a physical dynamic. So you could attract people who are very physically passionate and they are very attracted to you, which is interesting because you have Mother Mary here, which represents being virginal and pure. So it's kind of like you attract people who want to test that part of you, pile number 3, and see if you're really as virginal, or they just, I'm very attracted to like this part of you that seems like you kind of want nothing to do with the physical, and you're so cerebral and just kind of beyond the physical flesh, and they kind of want to bring you there. They kind of want to get into you and feel that emotional sexual healing. I'm hearing like Marvin Gaye in my head right now. So people definitely want that from you, and they're attracted to the idea that you don't give your energy to just anybody. You don't spend a lot of time with certain people. You kind of like to, reserve your energy for the right situations. And people who find you irresistible like to try to prove themselves worthy of your attention at times. Okay, so we have another goddess energy here that kind of represents what I'm talking about, because we have Artemis here with the brave spirit. So people are attracted to you because you seem very, very hard to get. Like I said, pile number 3, you attract people who are very emotionally empathetic, maybe kind of force their emotions on you a little bit too much, pile number 3, and you kind of come off as like this wild woman who spends a lot of time kind of like more so with animals and in nature. So you attract people who are very attracted to the wild, to the hunt as well. You attract hunters, people who want to look for you, who want to fight for you, who want to fight for your attention, who enjoy the hunt when it comes to dating, and attraction and attention. Even your friends, you might attract people who kind of have like a little bit of a Pluto vibe going on, where they kind of like have this really intense kind of like connection, where they're like paying attention to you a lot, staring at you a lot, just wanting to like see what's going on with you, and you're kind of like, give me my space. And the more space that you want, the more they want to come forward. So these are the type of people that you attract. You attract people who really want to hunt for you, hunt you down, and kind of just like get you to not be as free as you are. They kind of want to tame that brave spirit, but at the same time, they love that brave spirit, and they know that you're kind of unobtainable. When I channeled Mother Mary is a virginal goddess, right? Who's not touched by anyone, not touched by any man. And people around you really, really are attracted to that. You attract people that's kind of like the typical douchebag, no offense, but they have a heart of gold on the inside. They just kind of like the challenge that you represent. And even though they might have a lot of women or a lot of like love interests around them, they can't help but to be attracted to you because you really make them work for it. Pile number 3, probably because you're not attracted to them at all. You're more into spending time in nature, being in your own solitude, loving animals, just kind of being free, running, having a good time. You're not even interested in what anybody else has going on. And that's why people are so drawn to you. They find that irresistible. Okay, so next we have Amaterasu, no more hiding. So people love how confident you are, pile number 3. People love that you know your worth and that you don't take any. You literally know exactly what it is that you want. You shine regardless. And people who are attracted to you are kind of like attracted to that nonchalant energy, because you attract people who are pretty like roused up. Like I said, they can be very emotional to your kind of like cool, detached demeanor. You're kind of giving like Aquarius meets Cancer, which is like a really interesting vibe. But it's almost like if you were an Aquarius woman and you track a lot of water signs. And it's just kind of like they want to nurture you. They want to know what's going on with you. They want to know how you feel. They like to worship you. They like to tell you how amazing you are. And you're like, oh, excuse my stomach. If you just heard that, oh my goodness. But I feel like that's confirmation because their stomach is in knots when they see you, pile number 3. And then you're kind of just like, can you just back up a second and give me my space? And they're like, yes, goddess, I'll back up. I'll do anything you say. And they're kind of like extra with it. And you're just like, ugh, all right. But you enjoy the flattery though, you know? I know you do. There's a part of you that likes to be adored. There's a part of you that likes to be seen. And they love that you're kind of like demure in your approach to that. You don't do too much, but you love a little attention. And they really are attracted to you. So people who find you irresistible love to give compliments. They love to chase you. Like I said, they love to kind of follow you around and kiss the ground that you walk on, even if it seems dramatic, even if it's kind of like surfacey or shallow. They just do it over and over and over again, almost like out of habit, because they really love giving you the attention that seems like it gets on your nerves, but they know how much you enjoy it. Okay, so let's see the type of people that are attracted to you. Okay, so we have wings. You never needed those wings to fly. So you attract a lot of go-getters. Pile number 3, you attract people who know how to go get that money by any means necessary. You attracted people who started from the bottom, and it may have seemed like they weren't going to be successful, and then they ended up being very, very successful. And you attract people who are very, very much so about their money and know how to shine regardless of what people have to say. Boss energy. Okay, so next we have bitch fire. Stand up for yourself. So you attract people who have been through some things and know how to carry their own torch. Pile number 3, people who find you irresistible, know how to shut people up and know how to shut people down. They know how to stand up for themselves. Like I said, they've been through a lot, but at the end of the day, like this says, they are going to make it. With these hands here, again, this person is very handsy. This person also, like, there's like blood on her nails. I don't know if you can see the details, but this person gets a little violent if they have to. They're very physical. This person, the people who are attracted to you are very physical. They would literally like beat somebody up over you if they had to. But we always don't wish for violence. So escapists, come home to yourself. So the people who find you irresistible want all of your attention. They love spending time with you. They feel like being around you is an escape from reality. And again, we have a bed here, so you know the vibes. They're like really into hanky-panky. That is so corny for me to say it like that, but hey, it is what it is. That's what these people enjoy. Okay. So we have the 9 of Pentacles. What did I say about that boss energy? You attract people who, to me, they're very dramatic. From the card I'm just picking with, they're like, oh, look at me. Look at what I do. Do you see my biceps? Do you see my new clothes? No matter, what gender, they're just kind of like flashy out there. Like, look at everything I achieved. And you're kind of just like, yeah, but it's not all that. Don't get it fucked up. Ooh, but yeah, part of my French, but it's like, don't get it twisted. It's not all that. But on the inside, you're kind of peeping them like, I see you though. I see you taking care of yourself. I see you glowing. I see all the pentacles that you accumulated. Hardworking, go-getter, ambitious. Those are the people who find me irresistible. So next we have the Knight of Cups. What did I tell you about these people being water signs? Are very, very emotionally intense. So yeah, they're coming in with all the feels, okay? They're coming in carrying all their love and all of their declarations of how they love you, how they want to be with you, how attractive they think you are. And then they just kind of like throw all of their emotions onto you at the same time. So I feel like it's kind of like this extremity that goes on with this water energy. Okay, so next we have the High Priestess. So this could also be like same sex. That's what I was really feeling. This could be like a same sex scenario, and this person has a lot of wisdom. The people who find you irresistible are very, very wise and very intuitive. Okay. And then we have the Empress here. So people who find you attractive are attracted to you because they're very creative and they feel like they can create with you. They're also very tapped into nature and very receptive. Okay, so that's cool. The element, water. For the people who are attracted to you, they're majority water element people. So this is the sacral chakra and they are flowing. They are very adaptable. They're cool people with kind of more like chill vibes. And they're very receptive, like I said. So yeah, these people that are attracted to you and find you irresistible are very, very receptive. They're just like there with it all the time. And the chakra that the people who are attracted to you use the most is the throat chakra. What did I tell you about being very flirtatious and just very like verbal with their emotions towards you? So this is purification, and they are very communicative. They're very expansive. They use a lot of discernment, and they like to purify situations. They like to keep it 100, okay, all the time, to the best of their ability, I'm sure. So this will conclude your reading as to what type of people are attracted to you and why they find you irresistible. All right, so I hope you enjoyed this reading. And without further ado, ancestors, spirits, and spirit guides of those drawn to pile number 3, I want to say thank you for sharing your energy with me. Namaste. And until we meet again, beloveds, bye-bye.